We're going to take this Ram 1500 interior from this to this. I'm going to review these car seat covers and show you how to install them. Let's go. I like my Ram 1500 Bighorn, but I'm starting to think it looks a little plain vanilla. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but come on. I use this to protect the back seat. This just isn't cool. I've been thinking to spice it up a bit, maybe throwing some tires and wheels on and raising it up, but the timing couldn't be better. Kustom Interiors contacted me to review their car seat covers. The box arrived quick, and this is how it's packed. Material seems nice. These are the premium artificial leather seats, but they also have genuine leather as an option. This quilting is nice, but let's lay everything out so we can take a good overall look at everything. After all, we have to see what we're dealing with. Okay, so we have front seats, back seats, and headrests. I'm not sure where everything goes, there's no directions, but we'll see if the install is self-explanatory. A little access door for the back seat pull-down cup holders. Time to get started and prep the seats. Here are the tools I'm going to use. A large socket wrench, an E12 6-star female Torx socket. I'll leave a link in the description where to purchase this. A socket extender, an 18mm socket, something to fish some things through with a string. I used this a couple times. I figure the best thing to do first is take off the headrests. This is not hard. There's a button here and one here. Just press them in. Hopefully they'll stay in at the same time, or I'm going to need a third arm. For me, the left side stayed in and comes right out. Next, the passenger side. No problem. Time for the back seats. This cover is trashed, and this is in my way. I'm going to get crap for throwing this away.
Where'd you put the other cover?
In the trash.
You give it to Tommy.
Okay.
Why do you throw like stuff in the trash when it could be used? It's like ridiculous. You hand it down.
The back headrests are a little bit different than the fronts. They have a little hole that needs to be pressed in. I'm going to use this small screwdriver. If the hole doesn't stay in, lift up on the headrest, pressing the button so there's tension. The buttons should stay in at this point, and just lift up. Same deal with the other side. One thing that's going to help me put the right head cover on is that the headrests in the front are quite a bit larger than the back. Pretty obvious which headrest cover goes with which one. And I'm going to need access to the back of the seat. We'll figure that out later. This material is thick. Front seats have two sides and holes at the top for the headrests. Just slip this on over the top and start pulling on the front and pulling on the back as far down as possible. These things are tight, but to make it easier, there's a zipper on the side. Reminds me when I was still trying to get into my old high school jeans. I did make them fit like these seat covers, nice and tight. These pre-cut holes for the headrest posts, you just have to work these around the fitting. But look how good that looks, right from the factory. And I'm still tugging on the seats. It's nice they cover the front and back. To keep things tight, there are these hooks with elastic bands. Underneath the seat, there's a bar to hook these onto. I'll try to give you a closer look. There you go. It's a tight fit, but there's one hook on the bar. That's a safe place because I can move the seat back and forth without affecting the cover. Before I tighten up the front, I want to get the headrests out of the way. These are very tight. I might have been better off leaving these on the seat while putting these on to get more leverage and then taking them off to put them over the seat cover. My high school jeans were looser than this. Time to take these to the workbench. I've been wrestling with this thing, but I'm making progress. There's no way I'm losing to a headrest. Got it. And to finish it up, connect these two Velcro pieces. And that looks really good. It's hard to tell it's a cover. Let's slide this back onto the seat, clicks into place, and everything's working fine. Now I'm going to quickly do the passenger side. See, obvious, holes in the top of the headrest. Not much different. Pull down on both sides, hit the zipper, and get the headrest holes in. Back to wrestling the other headrest cover. And over time, I put the smack down on this headrest also. Since I was on a roll, I did the backseat headrests. These were a lot easier, but you do have to make sure you have the correct one to align the adjustment button. The back headrests also have Velcro so they stay on, and to work this hole around the button. Again, the back are also tight and look good. Back to the front seats. The seats have these, and if you're not familiar, these tuck into the seats and should lay flat like this between the top and the bottom so that they stay in place. You basically tuck these away in there and move it to be flat. I think it's easier to do the center one first. These have an elastic band to keep things tight. The bottom part of this seat has some clips and more of these flat seat inserts and more hooks for the front part of the seat. I'm going to tuck this clip in here so you won't even know it's there. The way I did it is by threading it through with a string to this attached piece and just pull it out on the other end. Now there's also a clip on the other side. Clip them together. Take the front seat hooks and hook them onto the same bar below. Make sure you don't hook onto any wires or electronics. To get the pads in, I move the seat back and do the same thing as the top cover. Now the back seat. This doesn't move. The only way to do this is to detach the seat, which I was not looking forward to, but it wasn't that bad. There are basically 4 screws for the small seat. One here and one back here, and the 2 of the same on the other side. These bolts are a bit tight, so I pulled out my larger socket wrench, which made it no problem loosening, and I ratcheted away. The back bolts are 18 millimeters. The other side had this bracket. You don't want to forget to put this back on. This is for the seatbelt. Now this bolt, which takes an E12 6-point Torx bit, I will leave a link in the description. You do need to make sure it's a 6-point female. I would expect this on a foreign vehicle, but these bolts are just un-American. And away we go. It looks to me that all these bolts have some sort of Loctite on them. All the bolts are out, and now just lift straight upwards to unhook the back. Now I have full access to the back seat. To give you a better look, there's the seat hooks and there's the hook points. Back seat time. Again, self-explanatory. And these straps, I'll push through the seat bottom and click the top and the bottom. I'll call these elastic tensioners. The small back seat had 4 of them, 1 on each side and 2 in the middle. Maybe tension suspenders. Same situation with the seat bottom. Tuck them all the way through and start latching. Now this has 2 that come down and 1 on each side. And another goes across. From here, I just need to lift the seat back on the hooks and put the 4 screws back in. Maybe at one point I should have vacuumed. And the bolt with the seatbelt. And away we go tightening this. Would have been quicker with an automatic tool. All tightened up. Check this out. Now, the finishing touch, press the headrest down until it clicks. Look at that comparison of the old seats versus the covers. Huge difference. Now, the big bench seat. Same situation. 4 bolts here, 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 and here. I did notice there are 2 more of these seat belts, but I'm going to avoid taking these out. This seat belt I can just pull through. This one is adjustable for the shoulder. The lap one is being held on by this band so it doesn't fall under the seat. To save you time, the 4 bolts are out. Now it's time to lift up and unhook the back. That's it, the same situation as the smaller seat and with the hooks. Here's the seat cover with the flap door. The good thing is, I didn't have to take both these seats out of the truck. Just slide this under the seatbelt. And start with the tension bands. This one has 4 and 1 on each side. Here's a view of 3, but I need to go around to do the last one on the other side. There is also this plastic seat paddle to keep the tension, but on the side, there's this hook which I have no place to hook it to the seat. I don't think it goes like this. Not quite tight enough and just doesn't seem right. I'm going to improvise and just hook it to the paddle. That's not the greatest, but I have nowhere else to put it. Now the bottom part of the seat. Same business, tucking these bands in the crease of the seat. We got the 4 bands, 1 across to put tension on the sides, and 1 on each corner. Time to install the seat back. The seats have these guide pins. Once the pin is in, the bolt holes align. Tighten everything down. The other side with the seat belt. The finished touch. I'm done. Seat covers have come a long way since the old sheepskin covers, which used to hang on to every smell through the years, if you know what I mean. This took me about a half a day to do, but look at these. They look really good, and the seats are fully functional like they were. The workmanship and the quality is top notch. I even still have the back seat magazine holder where the kids think it's a trash can for their chips. Also, my center console already has white stitching, so the seats fit right in. I think it's hard to tell they're seat covers. It looks like a sports car. The thickness, quality of material is excellent. Kustom Interiors does it right. It's hard for me to tell if these are leather or not. They have a real nice texture. Now the real test. An unbiased third-party opinion. She won't be shy to tell me if these are bad. Trust me.
Look at this. Oh wow, that's nice. It's like fancy. It's very fancy. Don't film me. Do not film me. Do not film me.
What do you think?
I think it's awesome.
I want to thank Kustom Interior for allowing me to give an honest review. If you're looking to do some upgrades, this is a big enhancement for the interior. I hope this helped, and if it did, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Maybe you'll see the lifted version with tires and wheels.